Lindsay Lohan has always been a name that stops people in their tracks. But what you're about to hear today pushes her back into the spotlight in a way that no one expected. So make sure you stay with me all the way to the end, because the truth behind these resurfaced photos is far more surprising than the headlines suggest. Recently, a set of unexpected topless beachside images of Lindsay began circulating online, instantly igniting social media shockwaves and sparking heated debates across every platform. Here's your first hook. While millions commented on the photos, almost no one understood the deeper story behind them. Captured during a quiet and private vacation moment, the images show Lindsay enjoying the sun with the kind of peace and confidence that many fans haven't seen from her in years. To those who still associate her with her childhood fame, her Disney days, or the chaotic tabloid era that followed, the photos felt shockingly different from the polished image they had frozen in time. But what truly stunned people wasn't the photos themselves, it was the intensity of the reaction. Supporters rushed forward to praise her glow, her confidence, and her transformation into a woman who finally seems at ease with her own identity. They celebrated her for embracing herself without filters, glam squads, or Hollywood staging, calling her a reminder that beauty evolves, matures, and strengthens over time. But here's your second hook. Alongside the praise came criticism. Some online voices claimed the images were too bold, too revealing, or unbecoming for someone who has worked so hard to rebuild her life and reputation. This backlash reopened an old conversation, the clash between personal freedom and the unrealistic expectations society continues to place on women in the public eye. Lindsay Lohan has lived almost her entire life under a microscope. From her early meteoric rise to her struggles, comebacks, and rediscovered stability, she has been dissected, doubted, and followed like few celebrities in her generation. So for her, the sudden resurgence of attention over a private moment must feel both familiar and exhausting. Yet the fact that her name still trends with such force shows just how deeply the world remains invested in her story. Fans who have followed her journey from child star to Hollywood headliner to confident adult know that Lindsay's appeal was never about perfection. It has always been about vulnerability, charisma, and the emotional honesty she brings to every chapter of her life. And here's the twist you need to hear before we wrap up. The so-called shock factor behind these photos isn't about Lindsay. It's about society's discomfort with women living freely and confidently at every age. Hollywood has long demanded impossible standards, only to criticize women the moment they step outside them. But Lindsay Lohan, true to her resilient nature, continues to defy those expectations simply by existing on her own terms. Far from scandalous, the photos represent liberation, a woman who has survived storms now choosing sunlight. For her admirers, Lindsay remains a symbol of strength, growth, and unfiltered authenticity. Stay with me until the final seconds, because her story is proof that real beauty doesn't fade. It evolves, deepens, and becomes more powerful than ever.